Welcome to episode 7 of Chasing Chickens and Other Stories. Today, I want to talk about building your own ethics toolkit. So, when it comes to having important ethical standards, it's important to have things in your toolkit that are most important to you. These are your non negotiables, things that you will take to every career that you go into, and standards that you'll live by. So, in my ethical toolkit, the first tool is directed decision making. Whenever I feel pressure, I want to initially and intentionally slow down. I want to take time to turning to resources and people that I can trust and get confirmation before I make decisions. I also want to proactively think through my options in advance so that my decisions are thoughtful rather than reactive. I also want to focus on authentic storytelling. As a future marketer, I refuse to exploit insecurity or exaggerate for impact. To me, authenticity means being genuine, real, and meaningful in the stories I tell. This includes any stories that I tell about my career, about those I work with. I want to view storytelling as an opportunity to educate and positively influence, never to manipulate. Third, I am a very spiritual person, and so it's important to me to always have spiritual alignment. This means that attending church congregations and places of worship for me weekly will anchor my life and shape the way that I lead in my career. I don't necessarily have to preach what I believe as long as I live what I believe to others around me. And these practices that I will have are essential to having clarity and peace throughout my week. I see my career as a part of my spiritual journey and preparation to my future goals and dreams. My fourth tool in my ethical toolkit is trust stewardship. Trust is something I actively protect. In a professional setting, I want my colleagues to know that they can confide in me and trust that sensitive matters will remain confidential. I would always rather lose a deal than lose credibility with others. Fifth is having moral integrity. To me, integrity means allowing my values to prevail in every situation and every aspect of my life. My character does not shift based on convenience or opportunity. And finally, my last pillar of my personal ethics toolkit is principled boundaries. I will never intentionally elevate myself at the expense of someone else. I am committed to establishing clear personal values and refusing to negotiate them for approval, success, or advancement. My standards are set before the pressure arrives. Just like having a toolkit prepared for any situation that may bring these tools into play, I want to make sure that I'm always prepared and have these at hand. When I was working on the farm, we had many different tools in the garage and in the greenhouse that we would use on a regular basis. We would use pruners to snip plants and help them grow more. And we'd also use other tools like shovels and leaf blowers and rakes to make sure that we were able to accomplish everything we needed to make sure the property was looking amazing at all times. Just like these tools can either help clean up messes or accomplish new tasks or prune plants so that they can continue to grow, these tools in my toolkit will help me in my career as I continue to grow and lead others along the way. Thank you for joining and see you next time.